Hey everyone, today I wanted to go through all of the James Bond theme songs and tell you which ones are my favorite, which ones are my least favorite in this tier list ranking. I've seen all of these movies plenty of times. A little bit of the movie and my thoughts will come out, but this is primarily about the theme songs and what I think of them. You'll get a good sense of which ones I generally listen to. Um, a lot of times I'll be at work and I'll put a playlist of my favorite ones on. Um, and then there's some I'll talk about if there's like an alternate theme song that I'm aware of. I'll try and bring that up also. So all I did here was just change the names of the tiers. Nothing to do with these images, but I'm pretty sure I can just by looking at them, figure out which one's which. So first here is actually one of my favorites, and this is Chris Cornell's "You Know My Name," and this was for Casino Royale. For me, definitely this is going to go up into double O status. This is actually my second favorite in the entire series of the theme songs. I just like the heavy rock theme, and it fits that movie so well. I love the visuals also during uh, the theme song while it's playing in the movie, the opening sequence, and I think it's really good. Definitely one of the best. So that's one that I play a lot, and even before I had the playlist of all the different songs, I would listen to that one in particular over a lot of the other ones. Next is License to Kill by Gladys Knight. Um, this one I almost never listen to. It's only when I watch the movie. I don't think it's bad. It just for me almost doesn't really fit the movie because like the movie is probably one of the if not the darkest in the series in terms of just the things that happen. Uh, I just feel like the song is more of a love ballad that would fit more in the Roger Moore era, where I think the other song for Timothy Dalton's movie, The Living Daylights, is better for sure, and something like that would have fit in, but more of like a almost like a "You Know My Name" type of something like that. So for me, I'm not saying it's bad. It's just not one that I listen to. So next is For Your Eyes Only by Sheena Easton. This one I listen to here and there, not like one that every time it comes on that I play. Sometimes I skip it, sometimes I listen. So definitely good for the movie. The song itself is take it or leave it. So I'm gonna go in the middle with it for for your ears only. Actually, I didn't even mean to do that, but next is The World Is Not Enough by Garbage. This one is actually my favorite, not just movie, but theme song in the entire series. I know sometimes when I tell people that that's my favorite movie, they think I'm crazy, but it was the first Bond movie I ever saw, uh, and it just, through the years, it just kind of stuck with me as always being like my favorite, the go to one, that or Tomorrow Never Dies. And so, uh, as my music interests have changed, that song has always been to me my favorite. Also, just because I think it fits the movie so well. The singing from the perspective of Electra King and like the vocals of the singer of the band Garbage. I just think that it's like the perfect song. Um, Now, there's one other song that, if it had been made, may have beaten it, but whenever we get to that point, which is coming up soon, but it would have been close. So next is Tomorrow Never Dies by Sheryl Crow. This is one of my favorites, but also at the same time, like, I skip it a lot. Like, I do really like it, but having now heard Surrender, I tend to want to listen to that one more. I think they're both kind of equal, so if, like, the song Surrender was the main theme song, I would have liked that one just as much. And I think they're both like very well fit for the movie. But I've heard Tomorrow Never Dies so many times that I'm putting it in a ghetto blaster, which I don't know if some of these names I just was like, oh, double O status seems fitting for, the best one. Doctor No Thanks, and then like Time to Die, like, oh, that's like the one of the worst songs. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know why Ghetto Blaster came into my head. It was just like, let's go with that one. But yeah, I do really like Tomorrow Never Dies. I like the most of the '90s Bonds. Brosnan was the Bond that I grew up with, and so his movies are my favorites. Other than I'm not a fan of Die Another Day, but yeah, his first three are like probably my top three, at least as of right now. Every time I do a ranking of these movies, which I'm sure at some point I'll do again soon, because it's my favorite series, it's gonna change every time. The last time I ranked them, they were here and there all over the place. So, but I've never ranked the theme songs. So, next is From Russia with Love by Matt Monro. I'd put that in For Your Ears Only because I think the instrumental version is better for that movie, but I do really like the vocals version, and I think they're different enough that like whichever one you want to listen to, both really work. Um, Whenever you like either listen to the or you're watching the movie and then the title sequence comes up, I think it's better without the lyrics, but at the end I like it just as much with the lyrics. So next is All Time High. Actually, who is this by? I know I can't even remember off the top of my head. This is again one I don't really listen to very often, so I've got to put it there. Um, so far, I do have them in the order of which I've listened to them. I would probably put All Time High above License to Kill. These are just two that I just don't find myself really listening to. They're a little too, I don't know, love ballad for me. I think there are some times those do work, but I'm just not for those movies. I don't think they're great. Pretty much these first four tiers I'll listen to and I'm okay with. It's only the last tier, Time to Die, which is we're about to get one, that I just really don't like. And so when I earlier mentioned a song that may have been able to beat The World Is Not Enough for me, that was the Rejected song by Sheena or for uh geez, I'm drawing a blank here. Shirley Bassey, the No Good About Goodbyes. That really should have been the theme song for this movie. And the more I find out about this movie, the more I understand why if people have hated it for years. Because I thought it was just like, oh, the movie's bad for some people, and I'm like, yeah, the movie's always been okay for me. But the more I find out about what could have been, it's like, well, yeah, this movie really is kind of bad, and it's dropped significantly. And I used to love watching it, and now I just don't. Um, Same thing with pretty much Daniel Craig's movies. But this song, Another Way to Die by Alicia Keys, is terrible. It is the worst song. It is not a Bond song. Like, it just doesn't feel like one. It's just bad. Uh, I don't even like. I've gotten to the point where I almost mute my TV, which I don't do that for any other song. But what I started to do is now listen to No Good About Goodbye. I sync it up perfectly. So I'm like, okay, I'll listen to a good song and watch the very good visuals during the title sequence, which is disappointing that that has such great visuals but such a bad song. Um, you know what? I might as well go back through these real quick and tell you what I think about the title sequences themselves. I think The World Is Not Enough has a great title sequence with the oil dripping all over, the women, and I just think that it's a really colorful. I think that's nice. And then same thing with the cards and like how like Bond shoots a spade or out of his gun, and it looks like it's the spade of like on a card, and there's hearts everywhere, and that's a really nice visual. Tomorrow Never Dies is a really cool one where it's like microchips, um, and women. That one's, and like I think it's like guns that are like it's like X-rayed, and you can see the bullets. So that one's a really good one. For Your Eyes Only, I believe that one's just like the singer. If this is the only one where the singer is actually in it, and it's kind of more focused on her, which is fine. It's kind of interesting that you get that. Um, From Russia with Loves is interesting, and it's a girl belly dancing, and which that's fine for early on in the series. If we'd gotten later in the series have been like, ah, it doesn't really work. But for that movie and that time, I think it's perfect. I actually don't remember All Time Highs at all. I don't know why. License to Kill is like it shows like inside of a camera lens, and it's like a girl with a gun. It's kind of plain. And then, like I said, this one is actually genuinely a good title sequence. Like that, the images. It's just the song is terrible. So, um, Man with the Golden Gun. I actually just watched this a few nights ago. Or rewatched it. I've seen it plenty of times, but for me, it's gonna go right there. I enjoy this one. It's not like a personal favorite, and I wish I could like listen to it on my phone on Apple Music, but for some reason that song is not on there. Some of these songs aren't. So I have like of the 26 or 7 technically if you want to add in the 2 unofficial movies. I think I have like 20. So um but yeah, I do like the visuals of that one. It's like water drips with like women in the background, and it's like colorful. I just bought a new TV, and it's like top of the line 4K TV, like visually. And I've been rewatching these just here and there, whichever ones I feel like. Like License to Kill looks amazing in that like really upscaled 4K, and so does Man with the Golden Gun. I'm tempted to watch just the opening of because I just watched The World Is Not Enough with my friend who hadn't seen any of these movies before. But I'm tempted to put the disc in just to watch this because I didn't have the TV at the time. But next is Thunderball, and this one for me is another really great one. I'd probably put it up in that high up in double O status. This is of the original like Sean Connery songs to me the best one by far. Tom Jones, his voice kills this song, and the just the instruments in the background sounding like a Bond song mixed with the lyrics. And I don't know why I've always liked the name Thunderball, um, and the way that he says it, and he strikes black. That I don't know. I just really like that song, and I like that movie a lot. It's kind of tied for me with From Russia with Love as my favorite Sean Connery movie. So I don't know why I don't know if you could tell. It sounds like I'm losing my voice. I've noticed that since I woke up. But um, so for Doctor No, I'm just gonna say that's the Bond theme song. But if you wanted to say if it was just like that Three Blind Mice, then it would be In Time to Die. Just because I'm never gonna listen to that. But if we're doing the theme song for Bond, then you kind of have to put it up in first. So I'm not really sure where to put this one. If we're going theme song, yeah, it's like okay, yeah, it's up there. But I'll just say because it's like it's just kind of like yeah. I'll just go with the theme song, but I don't really know where to put that one. So, um, Never Say Never Again. It's barely going to be in this tier for your ears only, but I like here and there listen to it. It's kind of one that I generally just skip because it's just like it's okay. When I watch the movie, I don't mind it because I actually like Never Say Never Again. Um, there's only 2 movies in this series that I just like don't want to ever watch, and Never Say Never Again to me is like pretty good actually. Well, not pretty good, but like one of the more enjoyable if I just like want to shut off my brain and like yeah whatever. It's not amazing, but it's got enough. It's just nice to see Connery back into the movie, but or back in the role. I've actually never seen this. Speaking of Casino Royale, the 1967, that's the only one. I don't even consider that canon. I don't care about it. I would actually personally Say Never Again is different enough from Thunderball, even though it's got the same character plot, but with some changes and some names differences. Um, that I'd be willing to say like it's pretty much its own thing. But um, yeah, who's that by? Let me check real quick. Lonnie Hall. Yeah, it's good, but I actually my one friend that's his favorite, believe it or not, and I was like surprised. I was like, wow, I'm surprised you that's your favorite. He's like, as of now, because he's only seen up until Diamonds Are Forever, and Never Say Never Again. We just threw it because he wanted to finish all the Connerys. So he's only seen all of the Connerys and Skyfall, and so we're going through, and he's like, I really love that one. I think he liked that one, and then I think Diamonds Are Forever, but um, On Her Majesty's Secret Service. I just don't ever listen to this. I don't think it's bad. If you want to say it's All the Time in the World by Louis Armstrong, fine. It's there, and then it's not a bad song. It's just not one I listen to. And then, um, if you want to say it's the actual theme song, it's fine too. But again, I don't ever listen to it because it's got no lyrics, and it's just like, it's fine. But um, You Only Live Twice. I'll put right there. I think it's pretty good actually. That's my favorite part of probably the whole movie is the theme song. I don't love the movie. I think it's okay. It's probably yeah, okay. So thinking on it, it is my least favorite of the Sean Connery Bond movies. And so the theme song I think is like every time I listen to it I'm like, "Oh, I'm like gonna enjoy this movie this time." And like every time I watch it, I'm like, it's still fun because it's a Bond movie, but it's less enjoyable than Sean Connery's other ones. So, um, next is The Writings on the Wall by Sam Smith from Spectre. I know a lot of people hate this one, and I have kind of like a off and on where I'm like, I really like the song, but I've also heard it so many times, and like I don't like it when he gets high pitched with his singing, but I do really like the actual like instruments and the way it like weaves the Bond song in there. So most of the time I do enjoy it. So I'm gonna put it in a Ghetto Blaster. So yeah, I mean I understand why people hate that one. My one friend he's like that one's worse to me than Another Way to Die. I don't really think anyone should think anything's worse than that, but you know, I understand. Next is Live and Let Die by Paul McCartney. I'd put that right there. I really like that song whenever it does like the main but then when it randomly changes to sound like it's a Beatles song, I hate the Beatles. I don't like that sound that they have. That what does it matter to? Yeah, I don't know. Just I don't like it. Um, so yeah, that part of the song I don't like, but the whole rest of the song I really like. So it's weird. It's just like it fits the movie really well, and then the visuals also. What's going on, like the skull that, or it's first like the face that they zoom in, and then whenever it gets into like the heavier, I guess, part of the song or the more upbeat, the flamed, the skull or the face turns into a skull surrounded by flames, and I really like it. And yeah, that's the visuals. The Spectre is pretty good, but the visuals for Majesty's is fine. That doesn't even, that's just like an action sequence. I don't even. I think Doctor No is just like women, silhouettes of women. So I just figured I'd go back through real quick. And You Only Live Twice is it's okay. I want to say it's just like a volcano and like some women. Um, Nobody Does It Better by Carly Simon. This is a really good song. I'm gonna put it. Do I want to put it a Ghetto Blaster or For Your Ears Only? Uh, I think just because I do like The Man with the Golden Gun slightly more, I'm gonna put it there. Um, but yeah, I do really like that one, and I because I've seen that scene from I don't even know what the TV show is, but where the guy is like going through the whole theme song and like talking about every little detail during the title sequence, where it's like girl swinging on a lug, her legs are open. If you've seen that clip from the TV show, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you don't, I think it's like Alan Parsons Project or something, or Alan Parsons Show. If you haven't seen it, look that up, and then, or just type in maybe Nobody Does It Better, It's TV. I don't know what you'd have to type in. I don't even remember what I did whenever I found it. I was like, this is hilarious. But yeah, this it's from The Spy Who Loved Me. Great movie, and then the visuals I really like, and where it's like Russian soldiers marching, and then I think like Bond stops him with like his gun, and then he starts to put his gun away, and then like grabs one of the women. I don't even exactly. It's been a while since I've seen this one, but yeah, that's where I put it. Next is Goldeneye by Tina Turner. Put that right there. I do one this way. I listen to this one quite a lot, and I like the visuals also during the title sequence a lot. That was the first one that used, I think, like CGI kind of or special effects in a way to like show, which I really like the three Brosnan. I've said this already, I think, but the three Brosnan, the first three, I think those are like the three best openings, and then my personal three favorite movies. So, No Time to Die. I would kind of, I don't know, like I really liked it when it first came out, but now the more I listen to it, I don't like it as much. So I think I'll put it there. I actually don't even remember because I don't like this movie enough to ever watch it. It's kind of tied with Last for me and the whole series. So I can't even remember the title sequence, like what happens in there. But yeah, that one's just kind of an eh. Moonraker, I do listen to it, but very sparingly. So I'll put it in for your ears only. It's definitely the bottom of that. I just don't really. It's fine. I think it's okay, but I was expecting, I guess, whenever I first saw it, it's like, what's Moonraker going to be? And I was kind of expecting something different than what I got. And every time since I've watched it, I'm like, yeah, I enjoy this, but like, it's nothing special. Of the three Shirley Bassey ones, it's my second favorite. So I'm gonna have a hot take here coming up. So, A View to a Kill. I love this one by Duran Duran. That is probably my third favorite song. I really like it, and even the visuals I think are cool. Where it's like the women with like, I want to say it's like some sort of like chalk glitter type stuff. I don't even remember what it is. It's like paint, or when they're all neon and they're like unzipping their jackets, and I don't know. I really like it. I like everything about the song. I actually really like the movie too. I could be better, but I still really like it mainly because of the villains, and so yeah, I really like A View to a Kill. I think that is probably the best during the Roger Moore era, if I'm thinking correctly of all of them here. I think I've actually got them all off of the. Yeah, so yeah, it definitely is. Next is, like I said, that Casino Royale. I don't ever listen to it. I don't even know what it sounds like, so I'm just gonna put it there. Um, the Living Daylights, again, I really like it. I'd put it just behind A View to a Kill. Um, I that's one I listen to all the time. Now I actually can't remember the opening like title sequence, what it looks like. I'm kind of forgetting. But yeah, the song itself really good. It's by Aha. I listen to that one all the time. Actually, I on this playlist I kind of customize them to be not just sometimes in order of the movies, but in like favorites. I have like two separate ways I play these songs, and these are always back to back though because I just like them both so much. So here's gonna be my hot take. I do not like the song Goldfinger. Her voice, I'm not a fan of it. In that song. That she's great in every other song. I don't know the way she sings it. It like hurts my ears. I don't know. It is like probably the most iconic Bond song, or at least was for a long time. Maybe Skyfall has surpassed that now, but I don't know. I just don't like it. I've never been a fan of it. Every time I watch that movie, I do listen to it, but it's like, man, this is just not my thing. Um, I do like the visuals during the title sequence, but the song itself, I just can't do. Uh, and next is Another Way to Die, or no, I think it's Die Another Day is actually what it's called. Another Way to Die is this song, but uh, I'll listen to it here and there, but it's not good. It's like definitely a worse song in a lot of ways, but it's like kind of catchy. I like the beat of it. I just think the lyrics are just stupid at times. And I think it's the beat of the song I really like because I've listened to like just the instrumental version and I like it. And then the actual visuals during the title sequence are good, but the her voice makes, or not even her voice, but the lyrics just kind of ruin it. Skyfall, this was really good for a while, and I still listen to it a lot, but I've heard it a million times now, so it's kind of the same with Live and Let Die, where it's like I've heard it so much that it's just like, all right, I kind of sometimes want to skip it. But it is a great song, great visuals during the title sequence. She definitely deserved to win that award, and it is, I think, the most successful of the songs in a long time. I think it kind of brought a lot of attention back to the series. Uh, I would say there's like three songs in the series that have like really captured, like outside of fans of Bond, Goldfinger, uh, uh, jeez, there was another one. Skyfall's one, and then let me find it here. Uh, why can't I not think of it? Uh, oh, Live and Let Die. Jesus, right next to it. And then maybe even The Spy Who Loved Me too. You could say in that. So yeah, I'd say those four are like probably like the songs that have really like helped put Bond out there to people who maybe had no interest in watching it. So, Diamonds Are Forever. I really like this song. The first time I listened to it, I didn't love it, but the more I listen to it, I really, really like it. Um, it's probably right there. It's kind of tied with Live and Let Die, but I really like her voice in this one. And it's like I said, it's a shame to me that No Good About Goodbye didn't get put into Quantum of Solace because that would have been double O status for sure. And I think her voice is great. And like I said, that Goldfinger's the only one I don't like of hers. But that and Moonraker I do genuinely enjoy. But Diamonds Are Forever is like just significantly better for me. Now this last one, I'm looking at it and I'm trying to think if I were to go through all the movies, which one that would be. There's got to be one I'm missing. Let me go through in my head here. So Doctor No, From Russia with Love, Goldfinger, Thunderball, You Only Live Twice, On Her Majesty's Secret Service, Diamonds Are Forever, Live and Let Die, Man with the Golden Gun, Spy Who Loved Me, Moonraker, For Your Eyes Only, Octopussy, Beetle Kill, Living Daylights, License to Kill, Goldeneye, Tomorrow Never Dies, The World Is Not Enough, Die Another Day. Which one is this? Because I just went through all of them. Is this something I'm not aware of? Um, that might be the like a rejected theme I'm not even aware of because I don't even know, I don't recognize that album cover. That might be for Spectre actually because there was a song. Let me look it up real quick actually. Radiohead. Let me see if that's it because that might be why I don't know it because I don't like Radiohead. Uh, was it for Quantum? Let's see here. Man of War submitted for Spectre. Yep, that's it. Okay, well, I've never listened to it all in its entirety. Maybe once I listened to like the first couple seconds and I just didn't finish it. So I guess we'll throw it. Doctor, no thanks. So yeah, um, that's my ranking. I know that's some people are gonna be like, I can't believe you get Goldfinger that low, but that's just I just don't like that song. But yeah, that would be my ranking of all the Bond songs. Maybe interchanged here or there, but I think for the most part, that's pretty accurate. It's hard to rank the ones that are like instrumentals and stuff, and like Doctor No, but I think that's good. Yeah, that is pretty accurate how I feel. So, let me know your guys' rankings, which ones you agree with, which ones you disagree with, and I will at some point probably do another Bond ranking. I can't guarantee that I'll get to this next video, but if anyone's a fan of the movie or of the movie, geez, of the band Ghost, their new album Skeleton just came out today, and I've listened to it already like 3 times, and it's amazing. And I've been debating on doing like a tier list for all their albums, but I'm just pretty busy all the time, and we'll see if I have the interest to do it. But if I do, it'll come out. If I don't, whatever. But either way, thanks for watching. Talk to you guys soon.